This is a very interesting way to make a video. I'm with my dog right here. I think this is gonna be like, if not the most important video that I'm gonna make from my whole channel right now. And it's gonna be about like that voice that I heard. Again, like I said, I'm gonna start every video by saying this: never forget that God is within yourself. I heard this when I was 5 years old, and I now always and never will ever forget that God is within yourself. So basically, if you don't know what that means, is that whatever you believe in your reality to be true, it'll become true. So if you believe that this world is evil, this world will be evil. If you believe that a person around you is evil and it has like, if it's being influenced by the devil, that's gonna become true. So anything that you believe will become true in your reality, whether we like it or not. I know it is hard to accept, but a lot of the negative things that happen to you in your life has been because of you, of your beliefs. Sorry to say it, but it's true. This guy over here has been going through a lot of stuff. I'm not perfect. Our life is not perfect. He had two episodes of epilepsy. Now I'm manifesting that he will never go through that again. Honestly, I think this is something that me and my boyfriend manifested because he always constantly said, "Oh, I wish you know how it feels like when you've been through this epileptic thing." Like, because he was epileptic when he was a kid. I do not know what belief started in his age that, sorry about that. I don't know what age everything started for him, that belief that there's epilepsy out there, that some children are gonna have epilepsy and all that. I mean, you know, it happens. But the thing is that you can get to the point that if you don't believe in sickness, you will never get sick. Sorry, my dog is moving a lot. Come, Thor, come sit over here. Vente, Thor, come. Acá, quédate aquí, come, sit. Okay, sorry about that, guys. He's moving a lot and I don't want him to run off while I'm making this video. So anyways, what I'm trying to say, like, anything that's been like rooted inside of you, that has created roots inside of you and it has affected you in some way, or that you have given it a lot of like thought alone, or some sort of energy, or some sort of fear, or some sort of something that's being rooted inside of your subconscious mind, and that's going to manifest in your reality. This is what I'm saying. If not, this is the most important video you'll see out there. Please go check out my other videos about my life story so you can see why I'm the way I am and I'm talking about these topics. One of the main reasons I know this is because when I was between 5 and up, I started hearing people's voices, like they were like talking to me. Like, if they're imagine like there's your other people's thoughts, you can hear those, but like if they were like saying it like out loud, like I'm talking right now, and I could hear people's voices like that. This did not make sense to me when I was at that age, but when I got older, this never really went away. I thought it did, but honestly, what I figured is that when I started working as a nanny, and I'm surrounded by 4 people in my life, I figured this, that we are like literally connecting our thoughts together. So there would be times where the parent will say something to me word by word, something that I was just thinking about, and I was shocked, and I was like, how? But I didn't really. You have to be very aware of your thoughts to know this. That's good. It's good that you meditate, because then you're aware. When I do 2 types of meditation, one where I can like, I'm analyzing my thought patterns, and the other one is where you just quiet your mind and ask for information, and then you get this information. I don't really practice a lot of like quieting my mind. I like to actually listen to what's going on in my program. I feel like meditation, they don't really teach you this way of like thinking, but I feel like if they teach meditation in a way that you're like analyzing your program, your inner world, like your world will change. So I don't know why they say like quiet your mind. I think it's good to quiet your mind. It's good to like train yourself to do that. But I think it's also good, the other part that I don't think that people teach you is that you have to really analyze what you're thinking, because this is manifesting in your reality. So this is why I'm saying, I'm going to emphasize, this is like the most important video that I'm putting out there. I think you should really hear me out. So basically what I've discovered is that when my group of people got smaller, guess what? All the positive things that I've been thinking around them would manifest in my reality. And anything that I got negative, if I would switch it to something positive, I'll continue to be positive. But let's say, for example, if I started to go down the rabbit hole where I'm thinking like very negative things around them, or negative, or judging them about something, or just anything that comes up, honestly, some of the thoughts that I was thinking all day long, I don't even think they were my own. Now I'm like realizing this. I mean, I knew this, but it's like I'm saying it to you guys that a lot of the things that you think all day long, depending on which group or environment you are, most of those thoughts are not yours. Like, you have to realize which ones are really you. This is why it's really important to know yourself, know thyself, because that way you know that way you know who are you, like who are you really would think that way, or like really question yourself. Oh my god, my boyfriend's calling me. Really question yourself, like, is this really you having these thoughts, or would you really think that way? Like, really think about like that. Another thing that you will know that you're thyself, like, let's say if you're open up your heart and you're like, you know that you're a person that has a lot of empathy, kindness, you think positive, why would you be thinking negative things about somebody else? If not that you are picking up on their insecurities and they haven't worked in their heart, they're always operating with their ego mind and they're not really operating with the heart chakra. So it's very important to open up your heart, because love is one of the most powerful frequencies and energy that you can have. To be around somebody with that kind of love, like, people are gonna be magnets towards you. But once you know that your heart is so big, like, you glow, you shine, your aura is just glowing constantly because you are just so magnetic and so loving being and such light being. You don't judge people and all that. Once you know this, then all the negative things that you start picking up, they're not your own. And then you have the power within yourself to switch that around you, if that makes sense. You have the power inside of you to, like, manifest. I say manifest, but honestly, like, change the energies around you so that people around you feel much more calmer and happier, or like give them the advice they need to hear. Because now that you're picking up on their negative thoughts, you can actually maneuver a way to give them the advice that they need to hear, so they break with all their blockages, if that makes sense, that they're blocking them, things that they're blocking them to see their reality in a way that their perception of life is off. So that's another thing you can help people with once you know the power is within you. God is within yourself. I heard this voice when I was 5. I need to repeat that because I was not into religious at 5. I'm not a religious person. At 5, I wasn't like into God. My parents were not taking me to church or anything, so it's very important for me to voice that this came from the most natural place in my life. That I heard this voice telling me, never forget that God is within yourself. And hearing people's thoughts, now I realize that the power is within, guys. The power is within ourselves. So it's very important to understand this, because once you know this, you know that the world around you is not what you think it is. So change your beliefs, change the way you think, change the patterns. Identify those patterns there are in those beliefs. There are changing the perception of your own reality. Like I said, if you think this world is evil, it's going to present to yourself. The universe will bring more that belief of what you are constantly thinking about. You're going to get more evidence about that. So let's say if you think this world is evil, it's just gonna keep showing you that. If you think a person is evil, you're gonna keep seeing the evil side of this person. And even like if you have both things, like you're questioning, is this person is good or bad, that also is gonna present that way. You're gonna be confused because you have that confusion within yourself. So if you choose to see everybody, because honestly everybody is in their own journey, everybody is growing and healing, and they don't have all the answers within themselves. Like they haven't really sit down to ask themselves, like, who am I am that I am. They don't know that they have the power within themselves to change those beliefs, to figure out life in a different way. But like once you know that, like everything changes around you. That's it, everything changes around you. So if you think money's evil, then everything in your world around involving money is going to be evil. If you think like money is good and positive, you will have more money and you're going to be positive about being around money. If you think like children are horrible and they're like, and then you think that you have to like, how can I say this, like, because I work with children, and I used to think like children are not like I feel like you have to sacrifice a lot when you're with children. Now I'm thinking like there's so much that children give you back, that it makes you a better person, because it's like you're growing up with them again, and you have an opportunity to see the world again with them. So it's all a matter of perception. It's all a matter of belief. You know what I mean? So it's like what you believe, it will be true for your life, for your reality. So take this moment, take this chance, the last bit of years you got in this world, and try to put an effort to truly believe that this world is good, and that everything's working out on your favor, that you're a lucky person, that everything that happens for you is for your own good, and then you're constantly growing and learning and becoming a better person. That be the change that you want to see in this world. If you want more love and more kindness and more empathy, believe that that's true in your world. Believe that this could happen to you. Believe that this is what the world is made of. So the universe will give you more evidence of those things. Because let's say a lot of people look at the news and look at what's happening around them constantly in the world, and if you believe this to be true, I'm sorry to say that, but this is what the universe will keep showing to you. I don't follow the news because of that, and what I see around me is all based on my beliefs. So the universe will keep showing me the good things, like the good things that are happening in this world, the good things that people are doing for the animals, the good things, the donations, the positive things. Or simply I just click myself out. So because I click myself out, I don't see that anymore in my reality. It's not in my field, so it's out. Not saying that those things are not real. It's like when you have like a buffet of a lot of options and foods, and you're looking around and seeing, ooh, what am I gonna eat? Like, am I gonna eat the pasta? Am I gonna eat the sandwich? Am I gonna eat the pizza? Am I gonna eat the strawberries? It's all a matter of like your choice. What are your choices? What are you choosing to see? What are you focusing on? That saying about where focus go, energy goes and flows, that's true. That's also a way of seeing it. So this is very important. It's all a matter of perception, choices, beliefs, and your world will be based on this. So make a list. I don't really make a list, but honestly, like, just sitting with yourself and asking yourself every single day, what do you really want for your life? What do you want to see manifest in your reality? Constantly ask. You have that choice. You do have that power within yourself to really ask your God, your own God within yourself. Another thing, like, I feel like it's better to believe that God exists, that God is real, because honestly, like, if God is real and God exists and God is all powerful, that's a good belief to have, that you can talk to him and he'll bring anything to you. Just like if you want to believe that angels exist, well, that's going to be true. There is a dimension where they do exist, because a lot of people have put a lot of belief in that. Also, like, if let's say unicorns, fairies, all these mystical things, I do believe they're true. Either maybe not in this reality, but in another dimension, they do exist because we imagine it. We created this, so exists in maybe another dimension or something. Like, anything you can think of, I believe that is true. Anything you can think about it, I believe there's, like, constantly creation, and if it's not in this reality, it's in another. But I do believe that everything's out there. So anyways, all of this to say, like, really sit with yourself and ask yourself, what would I want the universe to bring into my reality today or tomorrow or for the next day? Do I really want to stay in this job every single day doing the same thing repeatedly over and over and over and over, having the same income over and over and over and over? Or do you want to, like, travel the world? Do you want to have more money? Do you want to, like, talk to people, help people, give kindness to this world, show empathy? Do you want to, like, have more freedom? Like, really ask those questions. And then eventually all of this just is gonna figure it out on your own. Like, if things start to happen and you don't know why they're happening, maybe it could be something negative. Try to think positive about this stuff. Like, okay, this is happening for my own good. Maybe I need to struggle in this part of my life, so then this other thing will come. So always try to think positive no matter what. Like, think that everything that happens to you is always working on your favor. But like I said, never forget that God is within yourself. I think this is the most important thing to remember, because this is what I heard when I was 5, and this is I created my purpose. My purpose right now is to tell you this. I think some people out there manifested me to be in this reality for me to tell them this information. They needed this because they were thinking positive, or they needed, like, some tools. And here I was born to give you this information, to tell you that God is within yourself. I feel like if Jesus was real, maybe this is what he was trying to say, but then everybody started worship him. Can't say the word. Everybody was, like, admiring him so much, and they forgot that the true message was that God is within yourself. It wasn't that God was outside of you. I think that what he was trying to say was this, that God is within yourself, and that everybody has the same power that he had. Just, it's a matter of changing your beliefs, the way you think, and then you can connect with God's source to create and manifest and bring things into your reality. So anyways, I think like a friend of mine just told me not long ago, there's some people out there, they're tools to help others become a better person, and hopefully this is what I'm doing right now. Maybe you are on the verge of, like, breaking free, and you didn't even realize to this moment. Now that you're listening to me, you're about to break free from all the limiting beliefs that you had, and be, like, open-minded now your doors are open to go out there and see the world with different view. Try to remember every single day when you wake up in the morning, like, God is within myself. What do I want to see in my reality? Start writing things down. Do affirmation if that works. I think there's a lot of videos out there about manifesting, and it could be a little bit overwhelming, but honestly, do what your heart feels like is right for you. Don't go like I said, God is within yourself, so make your own choices. Say, okay, this is how I want to bring this into my reality. So are the steps that I'm going to take to change my beliefs, and do it your own way. Don't do it like everybody else is telling you to do. I mean, it's fine if you feel like the techniques that they're teaching you is the right way, that you feel like comfortable and you think that those are the right teaching and the right techniques, and you feel like, okay, I think I can do this way. Well, do that. But there's also people out there that will say, like, manifesting is just like going to the bathroom. You know, like, every day we're manifesting. Make a list every day. Like, I get things instantly. I've heard somebody out there said that, like, they're like constantly manifesting instantly. Things don't take time for her. It's because the way she thinks is that she can bring anything instantly. And it's amazing. It's amazing that there's somebody out there that can actually manifest things instantly. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna cut the video here. My dog is telling me, shut up. Get that message out there, and don't stop believing that the power is within you. Okay? Bye.